All right, I will go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Mandy Clayton. My sign name is an M hand shape at the jaw, and I work for the Missouri Deafblind Project. On behalf of the Deafblind Projects from California, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, Oklahoma, Utah, and Wisconsin, I welcome you to the introductory show of Marvin's Seaside Adventure. We are so excited you are here to learn and play with us, and we hope you will share your part of the adventure with us on the Seaside Adventure Facebook page. Before I hand this over to Gwen, I would like to review your accessibility options for the show. We have ASL interpretation available through our interpreter, Lo Freeman, who you should see on your screen now. We also have closed captioning available. To view captions, at the bottom of your screen is a CC button, and you'll want to click that to view your options and to turn those closed captions on. Additionally, Spanish language translation is available. If you would like to view the show in Spanish, please click on the globe icon at the bottom of the screen labeled Interpretation and select Spanish. Each of these accessibility options will be available for all of the Seaside Adventure shows. Okay, if everyone is ready to go, I'd like to introduce you guys all to Gwen, who will be telling us all some lovely stories in the coming weeks. Gwen, take it away.
Oh, thank you so much, Mandy. And first of all, a huge thank you to the Midwest States Deafblind Projects for inviting me to deliver and present our second series, our second Storytime show. We are so excited to be with you all, and it is really my great honour and great privilege to be in this position to share the love and joy of Storytime show with you all, with all the lovely children and families over the weeks ahead. So this evening, or your afternoon, it's the evening here in the United Kingdom. I live in the northwest of the United Kingdom. This session tonight, or this afternoon, is really to walk you all through the Storytime show, so that as parents and carers or grandparents watching, you all understand what happens in the show and you know what to expect. And we've done this a few times now. We've also doing them with the Southeast States Deafblind Project. So we've got some experience under our belt, and we know that it's important to have this session. So I won't actually be telling the story tonight, but there are some fun things if your children are watching as well. So I will be singing, and I'll be doing a little bit of ribbiting, and I'll be making one of the crafts. So there's some fun things tonight or this afternoon as well. So there's various parts to the show, and we hope that there's something for everyone. All the parts of the show may not necessarily be perfectly suitable for your child, but we hope that across the show and across the weeks, there really is something for your child. So what to expect overall on the Storytime shows? It's a really homespun Storytime show. The plan is that we are encouraging stories to become more accessible. We want you to do what I'm doing at home. Everybody can do what I'm going to do over the weeks ahead. So it's not a professional performance. I am not an actor. I'm a teacher by trade. And I am just doing this from the bottom of my heart. And yes, I know about literacy for children, and I know about how to make things as accessible as possible. But I'm not an actor. So it's not a rehearsed performance. I don't want it to be, because I want you all to, like I said, feel like you can have a go at home with your children and use your funny voices and have a lovely story time telling the story of everyday life, not just Marvin's Adventure. I want you to feel you can have fun with stories, and I want to build your confidence and encourage you to enjoy stories at home with your children and see that actually stories exist beyond the printed book, because sometimes that's not always the best way for your children to access, is it? So literacy can happen in lots of other fantastic ways. So how do the story sessions work? Well, I'm going to show you by presenting a little part of each part of the show, and then I'm going to explain why I'm doing that element so that you understand and you don't think, I wonder why Gwyn is doing that funny thing. That's a strange thing to do. I want you to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yes, it's a show, and it's really important that we call it a show. It's sparkly and it's really, really glittery. But everything I do, like I say, is underpinned with good teaching and learning. So first of all, my show name is Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. A Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. And I'll be doing a little bit more of that later on. I don't know how I came by that show name. I think it found me. But I use that because it's got really nice rhythm. And I know that all the children, or a lot of them, go off and are humming it or singing it. And you may find yourself doing the same. I apologise for that in advance. I even do it myself and call myself Gwyn, Gwyn, Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn when I'm walking around my own house. So I apologise if it gets in your head over the weeks ahead. I say it like that, and I say it a few times on purpose because I want to engage with your children. Your children don't know me, they're going to know me. And it's really important that they connect with my voice and with the high contrast that I'm offering. So actually repeating my name a few times is really important to engage with your children. So that's why I say my name a few times. And also rhythm is part of literacy. So the rhythm of my voice and the rhythm of my name really help literacy. They support it. The next thing to talk to you about is time. This 8 weeks ahead is going to fly by. We've waited for this since February and we're all super excited. There's lots of people who work behind the scenes and everybody just loves the Storytime show. So I know the time is going to fly by. I really want you to encourage you to stay with the show over the weeks ahead. Sometimes the best outcomes or the best things happen later on when your child has got used to me, got used to my voice, got used to the colour and the high contrast characters that I'll have in the screen that are at the back at the moment. But really the show happens here in front of me, not on the backdrop. It's all going to happen here. I'll stand up as well as sitting down. I don't move around too much because I want to stay in this little screen. But really the show happens here. So sometimes to get that connection with your children takes a little while and we have to wait for it. And we might not know when that's going to happen. So it's really important to give your children time to connect with me. And I know from past experience, and because you've all kindly shared, those of you who've watched before and are Storytime showgoers already, you've kindly shared the wonderful photographs of your children watching me. And you've said to me on the Facebook page, my little boy is really beginning to connect now, Gwyn. And that might be 3-4 weeks in. So don't switch me off if you think I'm too noisy, I'm too loud, and I'm too colourful. Hang in there, because sometimes as parents, and I'm a parent as well, we can make assumptions on behalf of our children, and we're not always right. We've got to just give them a little bit of time sometimes. So don't turn the button and turn me off too quickly, because actually if we wait and see what happens, we don't know when the connection might happen. So it might seem a little bit sensory overload for some of your children, but not for all. And like I say, we don't know what's going to work. There will be component parts. Some of the show will work for each of your children. So stay with the show and stay with the programme. I actually started the Storytime show in March 2020 when COVID struck the world, and I went live on Facebook 3 times a week, and lots of families from across the world found me. And there's one little boy who had a vision and a hearing loss, and he would only watch for 5 minutes at the start. I didn't know this little boy, I'd never met him before in my life. I didn't know his family or anything. And his grandma said to me, it's in August last year, actually, Gwyn, at the first few weeks, he'd only watched for 5 minutes. But she said, I persevered. And we kept watching you. And then we'd go and have tea or our evening meal. And then we'd come back and watch a bit more of you. And by August, he was grabbing the iPad as soon as he heard my voice and taking it and lying down and watching me. And he watched the whole hour. So that's pretty amazing, isn't it? But it just took that time, and his grandma could have easily switched me off. So stay with Gwyn, Gwyn, Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. And again, my next thing I'd like to talk about is meeting all your lovely children's needs here on the Storytime show. We've really worked hard to get the model right. And we set it up to offer a fun Storytime show, because stories should be lots of fun. All your children are wonderful. They're all so warmly welcomed on this Storytime show. You are welcome as families and carers. Your children and the siblings, the brothers and sisters are welcome too. They're all wonderful, unique individuals. And I hope I can offer something, a little bit of something for everybody. But obviously, I'm not in the room with your children, and I don't know your individual children. And every child's need who's watching this show will be incredibly unique to them. So we just have to bear that in mind, that we're trying to give something for everybody, but it may not specifically, completely and utterly meet your child's need. And also, working on screen has some limitations. It has some great advantages. And I actually wonder if the children like it because they know where to look, and it's this screen that they're looking into. So that the bigger the screen you've got, the better. And if you can link me up to a big screen, if that's possible, don't worry if it isn't, but an iPad or a laptop or a TV screen, and make sure you let your child sit where they want to watch, or position them, as obviously you know your children, position them in the best possible place to be able to watch the show. And any decluttering around the TV screen and making the area really simple with a black background is always really helpful to get rid of all the clutter. My desk around here is very cluttered, but a black background and the screen placed on the black background is really super cool. So I'm working across many children. So I hope to give you some songs, some actions, some funny voices. I don't profess to have lots of funny voices, but I do my best, and some really fun, colourful characters. They're not all behind me. I've saved some of them. These are just the first few that will be in the story, the first chapter next week. But there's lots more to come. And if you follow Facebook and the Facebook group, you'll see me posting on there about them. So we really want you to enjoy story time as a family, all the family around the TV screen on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. We really would love that to happen and have fun and sing along and sing during the week and do the funny voices and do the funny actions. And also, all the recording of every week will be made available as soon as it's available in the Facebook group. May not be exactly the next day, but in that following couple of days, because the captions have to be tidied up and made smart for you all. But I will always share it as soon as it's available. And it will go in the Facebook group, and there will be the speaker view, and there will also be the split screen between Lo and myself, Lo being our interpreter. So you can watch the show on replay as many times as you would like to. And we would really encourage you to do that. Repetitiveness and replay are really important for all your children. So every day, over and over. Children love things over and over again. They'll listen to the same thing over and over again, I'm sure you know. So make sure you tune in and maximize your opportunities to listen into the Storytime show, as many times as you can, because it helps build the connections with me and with the story and with the characters. It's the smaller parts of the bigger whole. And just to give you a little bit of feedback, because like I say, I've done this a few times now, and we've had such positive feedback. And families over time have said that their children have demonstrated improved concentration. They'll watch other Zoom sessions better than before the Storytime show, so they connect better, they attend better, they focus better, they vocalize better, they take part in other story times in school better, they begin to know when the beginning, the middle and the end of the story is, and many, many more. So we know, and we're building our picture of knowledge of the difference the Storytime show is making. So that's the general understanding of the Storytime show and what we want you to gain from it and the sort of expectations, generally speaking. So when I come on, and I'm going to do a little bit of pretending as if I'm starting in a minute. I do a big warm welcome. It's quite noisy. And I do a lot of whooping and whoopity-doo. And to engage your children. Because I've got to be a little bit louder and a little bit noisier and a little bit larger than life and a little bit more colourful, because I've got to get your children to want to look at me or look in the direction of the screen. And I want to get them to engage with me, somebody they've never met before. So I have to work really hard at that because they don't know me. So I've got to really, really work at that. So I have to use a lot of energy to engage with your children. So one of the things I do in that first part is I use my rainbow wheel and my gloves. So I will in a minute show you, but I'm going to wear these pom-pom gloves and I'm going to use the rainbow wheel. I use my pom-pom gloves to say hello and use my name, Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. And the reason I'm wearing red gloves, these are just red gloves from Amazon that anybody can buy, and it's a really great resource, only very cheap. And I buy a big yellow pom-pom and I stick it in the middle of the glove. And they are great engagers through the screen. And if I show you one hand without, which is more engaging to look at, it's far more interesting to look at that. And if you've got that at home, you can use it to say hello and feel the pom-pom and say, hello, Gwyn, hello, Gwyn, hello, Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. So you can use it in that way as well, and it connects in with that social communication skill. And then I use my really lovely, shiny, shiny rainbow wheel. I had to buy a new one because I broke the other in the last show because I spun it so many times. So this is just, we have a pound shop. It's a £1 pound shop rainbow wheel. And again, the reason I'm using this is to engage with your children. I want them to look at the screen, to look at the colour, and I'm going to put a big whee behind it in a minute. So even if they perhaps can't necessarily see the rainbow wheel, they'll hear my voice. So we're just encouraging that really good connection using high contrast. And also, each week, we use this introductory part of the show when I first come on, and I'll go straight into storyteller mode. I won't be talking in my Gwyn voice, my normal Gwyn voice. We always do a name call out for the children who would like that. So again, we split the children into groups over the weeks, and so many children's names are called out at the beginning and at the end of the show. And again, I say their name a few times and I use my gloves and I encourage everybody to wave at your children. So we're encouraging good social communication skills. So I will say, I'll say Mandy, Mandy, hello Mandy, 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 hello Mandy, to give your child time to know that their name has been called out. So don't just say it once. And actually what we found is that the other children really like that part of the show. They like that, and they like the rainbow spin. So even though it might not be their own name, they still like that part of the show. So, it's the rhythm, isn't it? It's the rhythm and the intonation and their nice high energy voice. If you don't want to have your child have their name called out, that's absolutely fine. It's not a problem whatsoever. So if you don't want that to happen, if you could email your project director, your coordinator of your deafblind project, and let them know, and then they'll let me know, so we know not to include them. So it's entirely up to you if you'd like that or not. But if we don't hear from you, we'll assume that you're happy for your child's name to be called out. Okay, so we're going to have a little go. We're going to give it a little example of the story time start to show you it in action, just to give you a cue in so that you know what happens. So Mandy will have introduced me, or one of the other deafblind coordinators will introduce me. They've got a little rota of different people each week. So as soon as they've given me the go, I will start. Whoopity-doo! Boys and girls, mums and dads, grandparents and carers, welcome to the Midwest Sparkly Box of Stories Storytime Show! Whoopity-doo! Whoop, whoop, whoop! Woo-hoo! Boys and girls, it's the greatest storytime show in America! Whoopity-doo! Woo, 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 woo! Woo, 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 woo! Woo, 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 woo! Woo, boys and girls, it's wonderful to see you. Roll up, roll up, roll up. Get your popcorn, get your ice cream, take your front row seats for the greatest storytime show in America. Boys and girls, my name is Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. A Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. A Gwyn, a Gwyn, a Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. My name is Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. A Gwyn, a Gwyn, a Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. It's wonderful to see you, boys and girls. I'm so excited. And next week we start our proper storytime show. Whoopity-doo! Woo-hoo! Whoopity-doo! Woo! Whoopity-doo! Are you ready, boys and girls, for a rainbow spin? It's coming right across the world from the United Kingdom into America. Yes, here it comes. We're going to go with a boom, 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 and a go, 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 a T go. A boom, a go, a boom, 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 with a go, and a boom, and a go, 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 a T go. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's count it down, boys and girls. A wonderful big whoopity-doo 3. Woo! A fantastic whoopity-doo 2, and a wonderful whoopity-doo of a 1, boys and girls. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's go. Wee, 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 wee. There we go. And that, boys and girls, is how we start the show. And then we move into the individual name call outs for the children whose turn it is that week. And then after that, we talk to Marvin. Yes, the superstar of the show who it's all about. Marvin. Now then, boys and girls, and mums and dads, I have two Marvins. I have Big Marvin, which is my Marvin, and you can probably see him there in his yellow jumper watching. And then I have Midwest Marvin. And all of you, I know, have got your own Midwest Marvin, haven't you? In your sparkly craft box, in your sparkly box that arrived. How exciting to receive that. So each week at this point in the show, I chat a little bit to Big Marvin and Midwest Marvin. And at this time in the show, I use this opportunity to introduce waving to you all, and we wave at you. So always have your Marvin ready, mums and dads, for your child, so they can wave or engage with their Marvin, or look at their Marvin, or hold their Marvin, or cuddle their Marvin, whatever is suitable. So we make that connection. And so my Marvins will wave to your Marvin. And we always wave to Lo, our interpreter. And we always say thank you to Lo for interpreting the show. And also to all our other team as well, who are working behind the scenes to make this so accessible. So that we're looking at each other and turn taking. So we always have a little chat. And I really like to talk to the Marvins. So I wonder, boys and girls, I wonder if Marvin's listening. And let me see, Marvin. Gwen! It made me jump. Did he make you jump, boys and girls? Gwen! Oh, hello, Marvin. Hello, Gwen. It's Marvin, boys and girls. Hello, Big Marvin. Whoa, look at you, Midwest Marvin. I haven't seen you two for ages. Oh, Gwen. Hello. Gwen, there's lots of boys and girls through the screen. You never said we were going to meet more friends, Gwynny, Gwyn. Oh, Gwyn, I can see lots of children in America, Gwyn, and they're all watching me, Gwyn. Oh, Gwyn. Hello, boys and girls in America. It's your friend, Big Marvin. Oh, hello. My name's Midwest Marvin. Hello. Oh, Gwyn, I like all these children. They're my friends, aren't they, Gwyn? Well, I hope they are, Marvin. Can I be their friend, Gwyn? Oh, I think you could be their friend, Midwest Marvin. Shall we describe what you look like, boys? Yes, please, Gwyn. I just clear my throat. Put your hand over your mouth, Marvin. I've got black, spiky hair. Yeah. I got really big black framed glasses like Gwynny Grins. Yes. And you see my smile? I've got a big smile, just like Gwyn's smile. It's really a big smile because we're really happy, aren't we, Gwyn? We are, Marvin. And I've got on a yellow jumper. Yeah. And Gwyn says, I am fab. You are, Marvin. And Gwyn's got a yellow scarf on, like my yellow jumper. I've got green shorts and look at my blue boots. You are so funny, Marvin. I know, Gwyn. Me, Gwyn. Oh, here's Midwest Marvin. Oh, hello. I've got a red cap on and you've got a Marvin with a red cap. I've got black sparkly glasses, a big smile, a little red neckerchief, blue trousers and a little blue shirt. And I've got little blue trainers on. I'm really cute, Gwyn. Oh, Midwest Marvin, we love you. You're just the best. Right, boys and girls, have you got your Midwest Marvin? Can you hold him up or put him on your knee or hold him near to you? And get ready, because we're going to wave to each other, boys and girls. Are you ready? I'm going to count it down. And I want you to wave. Big wave to Midwest Marvin. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello, boys and girls. It's Midwest Marvin. Hello. hello, hello, hello. Can you all wave? Hello, 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 hello. Give him a big wave, boys and girls. Wave to Midwest Marvin. Whoop-a-dee-doo. That was brilliant. Oh, it's my turn, Gwyn. Are you ready, boys and girls? We're going to wave to Big Marvin. Yeah, I'm Big Marvin. Are you ready? I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1. Hello. Hello, boys and girls. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Gwyn, is everybody waving at me? They are, Marvin. I can see all the boys and girls in America, and they're waving at you both. It's wonderful, boys and girls. Thank you for waving to Midwest Marvin and Big Marvin. We love you. Oh, give your Marvin a big cuddle. Go, oh, we love you, Marvin. Oh, give your Marvin a big cuddle. Oh, that was really great, Gwyn. Gwyn, yes, Marvin, can we wave to low? Yes, we can. Everybody, boys and girls, will you wave to low with me? That's our lovely interpreter. Thank you, Lo. We're waving at you, Lo. Thank you, Lo, for interpreting our show, and to everybody else on the show. Thank you ever so much, Lo. Boys and girls, say thank you, Lo, and everybody else. Thank you. That was really good. Well done, Midwest Marvin. Good waving. Oh, Gwyn, this is the best ever show. I love all my new friends. Well, I love you too, but I'm just going to let you sit down for a minute. So I've got to tell the mums and dads and grandmas and granddads a little bit more. So we have a lovely chat with the Marvins. Yes, I love Big Marvin and Midwest Marvin. They live very close by my table in a box. They go to sleep in the box by the table every night. So the next thing I want to tell you about is that wonderful sparkly box of crafts and the materials you've received. And it's all the things we're going to use over the weeks ahead. You might have some other things in there as well, but we're going to be each week making a craft to go with each chapter of the story. So each week I deliver at this stage, or nearly at this stage of the Storytime show, a chapter of the Seaside Adventure. And each chapter I introduce a new character. So there'll be a sparkly, glittery new character every week to add to the characters we've already got. So the craft I make, most of the time, is linked to the character or something in that chapter. So towards the end of the show, after I've done the story reading of the chapter, I come back to my desk here and I make the craft. I change my camera so you can see the desktop, and I make the craft live to show you what to do. But, you know, if you want to make the craft beforehand, that's really fine. It's not a problem. And then you can use the craft in the Storytime show to interact with your child. But the purpose of the craft and the reason for the craft, I will explain as I'm making it. I give you a little bit more background as to how that really supports literacy, because the craft really is very important in literacy. And also, there are the booklets with the characters in and the story chapters that I know you've received, and colouring books. So we made a Marvin Seaside colouring book for anybody in the family to colour in. So there's lots of things to use around the show. There's a really fantastic set of resources now. So now to talk about the Marvin songs. we've got, I think we've got 4 songs actually. We've got the theme song, which I'm going to sing in a minute. And we've got Marvin Seaside Adventure song, which I'm also going to sing every week, which I love. We've got the song of Beautiful Betty Bird, which I'll sing on the week we introduce her. And every week we have a really lovely Goodbye Marvin song. I love them all. And my son Tom has written them for us. And they, I think, capture the essence of the Storytime show and that slightly old-fashionedness that it's meant to have. So I've been putting them in the Facebook group, so anybody can listen to them. If you can't access the link, let us know. and we'll make sure you get a copy. But everybody's welcome, so you can listen to it in the car, you can listen to it in the shower, anywhere. Play the songs as much as you can, as many times as you can to your children, and clap along and sing yourself. You know, I'm not a professional singer, but just sing, enjoy yourself and sing. That's all that matters, just sing. Children love it when you do that. They don't care if you can't sing, just sing. So, happy days. And also the song words I've been putting in the Facebook group. So I think it's time now for me to sing one of those songs. So I'm going to sing the Marvin theme song. And I sing, each week I sing this, and I sing it twice. I sing it the first time with the actions. You don't have to do the actions, but they're there if you want to do them. And then the second time I do it straight through. And so just sing, clap, tap your feet, excuse me, and join in and have fun with the Marvin theme song. Boom, 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 and we're gonna go with a go, 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 T, go, and a boom, 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 boom. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's go, 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 T, go. Whoopity-doo, woo-hoo. Are you ready? Left arm in and wiggle your fingers. Oh, welcome to the wonderful world of Marvin. And your next arm in. He's such a character, he's so charming. Tap your finger on your wrist. The time for adventure. Thumb up, here we go. Look round the room, but Marvin won't appear. Put your hands by your mouth, unless we give a cheer. And then punch the air for our hero. Whoopity-doo! And again, we're going to go with a boom. We're going to go with a go. We're going to go with a go, 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 go. A T, go, and a boom, 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 boom. Welcome to the wonderful world of Marvin. He's such a character, he's so charming. A time for adventure, here we go. But Marvin won't appear unless we give a cheer for our hero. Whoopity-doo! Woo! Well, very good, everybody. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Okay, and off we go. Now we're going to sing. We're going to sing that every week. We're going to sing it loud, everybody. Okay, now we're going to sing Marvin's Seaside Adventure. 1, 2, 3. Marvin's going to the seaside. It's his favourite place to be. Sandcastles and sunshine, and some fish and chips for tea. Buckets and spades at the ready. The sea is bright and blue. Marvin's going to the seaside and can't wait to be with you. Yeah, we love the song of the seaside. Happy days. But singing is a really important part of literacy. Or humming, or la la la, or just banging a drum or musical instrument, or some rice in a pot with a lid on to make a nice shaky, shaky, shake sound. Anything like that is fantastic to join in with. So join in as you can to that. So next, I want to introduce some of the characters from the first chapter. So each week I'll have my black tablecloth, my felt from Amazon, and this is my felt from Amazon. And all my characters are held up with the heavy duty Velcro, the spiky side. It's really good for holding things in place. So I'll always have the table set up with just a few things on, not too many, so it doesn't get too cluttered. So in the first in the first chapter next week, we are going to meet, we'll obviously have Marvin, and we're going to meet Arabella. Arabella is Marvin's friend, and she's got a yellow hat with a blue band. It's all glittery, and she's got lovely orange sunglasses, white hair, and she's got pink glittery top, and she's got orange glittery skirt and a blue glittery waistband. And she's got orange glittery boots with pink cuffs and blue buttons. Everything glitters on this sparkly box of stories storytime show. And Arabella is Marvin's friend, so we call her Arabella, 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 Bella, Bella, 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 Arabella, 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 Bella, Bella. So Arabella, she's going to go, excuse me, on the Seaside adventure with Marvin. Arabella, 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 Bella, Bella, 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 Bella. And we have to be careful not to get our words in the wrong order. And so that brings me to the next character. Oh, and just want to show you something that I was just talking about, because this is a top tip, a Gwyn top tip. I buy the heavy duty Velcro, and it's a spiky side, and that sticks really nicely to black felt. If you buy a big piece of black felt from Amazon or anywhere else, and it sticks really nicely like that. So if you want to have that on the tabletop to show your child, it gives you a nice backdrop. We're also going to meet Creaky Cranky Candy. 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 Creaky Cranky Candy has got a rainbow hat. It's got the same hat as me. It's all the colours of the rainbow. It's got an orange face, a really big smile, and a purple, orange, purple, orange, purple body. Orange, purple, orange, purple, orange legs. He's Creaky Cranky Candy, and 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 Creaky Cranky Candy the caterpillar. I will find out what happens to the caterpillar next week, and I hope I can remember to get the words in the right order. Creaky Cranky Candy the caterpillar. It's all good fun. So put the Creaky Candy the caterpillar back on the backdrop, all held in place with that spiky Velcro. So it's a really nice tip. And then we're going to meet one of the children's favourite characters. And this character, he is in every single show. And if you don't end up doing this dance around the house, I don't know what we're going to do, because it's very catchy. He's so well loved, I had to write him into all the adventures that I've written so far. So this is fabulously fabulous Fabiano the Frog Darling. How are things in your neck of the woods? Everything tickety beep 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 boop. Darlings, it's so lovely to see you. Sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. And this is a frog that's Marvin's best friend. And he's got a pink berry, and it says, I am fab. Got a green face, a big white smile, a white body, green and blue arms and legs, pink toenails, sparkly pink toenails, pink glittery gloves, and a pink glittery handbag. And he is fabulously fabulous Fabiano the Frog Darling. And this is how he goes. Are you ready? Are you steady? Let's go, 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 it's he go. 1, 2, 3, let's ribbit, ribbit, 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 let's ribbit, ribbit. Boys and girls, let me hear you. A 1 and a 2 and a 3. Let's ribbit, ribbit, 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 let's ribbit, ribbit. 1 more time. Let's ribbit, ribbit, 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 let's. Oh, ribbit, ribbit, let's ribbit, ribbit, let's ribbit, ribbit. So fabulously fabulous, Fabiano the frog darling. He is interwoven into every story, and all he wants to do is teach everybody he meets how to do the ribbit dance. That's all he wants to do, and he asks everybody he meets. So there's lots of stopping for us to have a nice ribbit. Let's ribbit, ribbit, 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 let's ribbit, ribbit. So, happy days, happy days. Okay, so then I would tell the story and do the whole chapter and bring all the characters in and describe them. So I only describe the characters once. If they're a new character, I don't keep doing that because otherwise it takes too long each week. So once I've introduced them once, that's all I do it. So I'm now going to make the craft, because after the story chapter, I then come to the craft. And this is our craft for tonight. Guess what we're going to make? We're going to make let's ribbit, ribbit, let's ribbit, ribbit. We're going to make fabulously fabulous Fabiano the frog darling. I just move that out of the way so there's not too much clutter. Just move that out of the way. There you go. So there's not too many things to get in the way of what I'm showing you. Okay. So here he is. This is the frog. So it's let's ribbit, ribbit, let's ribbit, ribbit, let's ribbit, ribbit, let's ribbit, ribbit. So if you make this and use it every week on the show, when I do the frog, when I do the ribbiting, it's got that nice rhythm, and you're using it as a model, and models are a really important part of literacy. So if you can interact with your child during the show and during the week, do some ribbiting every day and use the frog and let them feel inside and let them feel, you put your hand like that so they can feel what it feels like, and feel the pom-poms and feel the curly tongue and feel the feet. And if you can, I don't know if you've got access to a real frog, but that would be even better. So the frog is easy to make. I have got my green plate and I've drawn and cut out a circle. I just used a bowl from the kitchen that I know fits happily in the middle of the plate. So if you fold your plate in half so that the shiny side is outside, like that, and then you're going to glue this or use double-sided tape, whichever you prefer. I just sometimes on the show, because it's live, I have things set up ready for myself to just make it a little bit quicker. And sometimes at this point of the evening or afternoon, my hands are getting sticky because I've been jumping around. And so it's a little bit more fumbly when you're on the show doing it than if you weren't. So I try and make it easy for myself. So you stick the circle on the inner side of the plate on the white side, because that's obviously the tongue or its mouth, and it's a nice high contrast because we're trying where we can, if possible, to make it high contrast. That's really great. Let's ribbit, ribbit, let's ribbit, ribbit. And then, there's no right, you can do this in whatever order you like, really. Out of the spare bit of red that I had, I cut two little feet shape. I've just drawn those as you wish. Now I am going to staple them on because it's quicker for me when I'm doing it live. But if I was doing it with my child, I would glue them on. It's just completely for ease when I'm live. So that goes on there. So just for a few minutes, I wanted to share with you about the reasons for the craft. Because I said earlier I would do that and explain why. And I can't underestimate really the importance of the craft, So this is his tongue, yellow tongue. We're going to make it swirly, curly whirly with the scissors. It's a really important part of literacy, making a craft or a model, because it teaches representation of something that perhaps we can't actually handle in real life. Also, other parts of literacy that are really important are tactile access, so exploring shapes and textures, using our finger pads or our whole hand or whatever part of our hand we can. We're also developing fine motor skills, and that might be grasp or holding something in our hand, or using our fingers to pick something up or feel something and manipulate our hands to do something. So we are developing those skills through making the craft. And it also helps pretend play, imaginary play. So if you pretend play with your child being a frog and using the frog, it really helps embed the concept of the frog. So again, if you can go and see a frog in a pond and feel a frog, that's absolutely brilliant. But if not, this is the next best thing we can offer our children. Better than a picture in a book, it's more accessible. So I'm just going to take mine, staple mine on, but I would really glue that in normal circumstances. So just give that another little swirl. You just run your scissors down the length of the paper. It does a really, really nice swirl. And then your child can feel it out and the length of this swirly whirly, curly whirly paper, and also feel it when it's rolled up. So they understand the difference. So all the time we're teaching concepts of same and different, big and little, two, one mouth, one body, two eyes. We're introducing those concepts. So concepts of the frog and fine motor skills and tactile exploration and language and model making and book and story skills. We're doing book and story skills in a slightly different way, doing it on the Storytime show. And I'm sticking my pom-pom eyes on top of the frog and pressing hard. So just pressing down or holding my hand down or putting your child's hand down and helping them to press. It's all part of encouraging them to use their hands if it's possible. I know sometimes it's not always possible. Now I bought 3 pom-poms in case I lost one, because sometimes what happens when I move the tray, they have a life of their own and they float off the tray. So I have a spare one just in case. So have fun, dress up, use funny voices, sing, clap, laugh, enjoy the story, replay it yourself during the week, tell the story to your child yourself, repeat the story in your voice as well as listening to it on the recording. So I'm just going to use my googly eyes I've got them, these are self-adhesive googly eyes to just make it easier, although sometimes they don't always stick for me because, like I say, at this time now my hands have got sticky because I've got a bit hot. So under the lights and with all the talking. So those are my top tips. So everything we're doing, the high contrast, what I'm wearing, what I'm against, the songs, the story, the rhythm, the characters, the glitter, they all are the smaller parts. The calling out of your children's name, chatting to Marvin, they're all really important parts of literacy. It's the smaller parts that make the bigger whole. Okay, I'm going to change the camera back and I'll just come back to finish off my little presentation. Just 1 second. And I just changed my camera again and I've got my little script so I stay on target and keep to what I am meant to be saying. So the next thing I want to show you, I'll show you my frog made up ready. It doesn't show up very well. Sometimes the lights in here are a tiny bit of a problem because of the glare. I have big professional camera lights on my table that you can't see, but I work from home, so I can only do my best. Oh, I've just dropped an eye. There you go. It's a one-eyed frog now. So sometimes things are a little bit glary, but there's not much I can do about that. I've done my best to create the best space I can. And I'm not, I'm on one camera, so sometimes it just has its moments. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Facebook group. And I have mentioned it earlier, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. And the thing I want to say about the Facebook group is that, again, we would really welcome you to join. I know Facebook isn't for everybody, and I'm absolutely appreciative and respectful of that. But even if it's just to follow, if you don't want to interact, you don't have to. If you want to interact, you can. There's no pressure either way, but it's a good way of keeping up with what I'm sharing, because I'm going to cue the show and introduce the character for each week and say what craft we're using and remind you it's show day and share some fun photographs of Marvin and us getting ready for the show, that sort of thing. But also, on some of the days, I share learning ideas for home, because I'm a teacher, and I do lots of courses on children who have a vision impairment. So I share lots of fun homemade ideas on the other days. So simple things you can do. So if you want ideas for your children, then, just follow what I'm doing. You don't have to interact. But if you do like to interact, happy days. And we would love to see any photographs if you're happy to share them. Again, there's no pressure. It's entirely up to you. It is a private hidden Facebook group, and only myself and Mandy have the admin rights. So only us can invite people to that group. I have a registration list, and I only allow into the Facebook group the people that are on that registration list. So nobody else is allowed in. So if you do want to share your photographs or any video footage of your children watching the show, or any comments, we would really welcome that, because actually the photographs and the video footage, which really have helped us over the last year, really understand the difference that the Storytime show is making. If we didn't see those, we wouldn't know it as well. So actually it's important, if you're happy to share, some photographs are just wonderful. And it's lovely to see your children as well enjoying the show, and you can show us the crafts they're making, show us your little setup for them. Whatever you want to show us, we're happy to see. But equally, like I say, we respect you if you don't want to do that. It's absolutely fine. But I will be posting every single day, right up until the last day after the show, the day after the last day of the show, at the end of August. So every single day I will be posting something, and I usually, most days, get it in by your 6 o'clock in the morning. So I always do it in the morning. So when you wake up and you look at your phone, there's a nice little message from me there. So I'll try to be consistent if I can, and usually I'm pretty good at getting the post in. And like I say, just to remind you, the recording does go in for either the day after or by the Saturday. It just takes a couple of days to finish preparing, and everybody behind the scenes, all the deafblind states, all work really hard. It really is a collaboration. It's a wonderful collaboration. It's a fantastic collaboration. And across the states, across your states and the Southeast states, it's bringing really great outcomes for children. So we've nearly finished, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that. And you can also, if you want to connect with me on Messenger on Facebook, I'm really happy to chat as well. If you want to tell me anything, quite often parents want to tell me what's going on and how much the children are enjoying it. So we're going to end with our really lovely goodbye song that we really love to sing. And we really want you all to join in, mums and dads as well, and carers and grandparents. 10 years ago, I didn't think I could sing a note, and I haven't had any singing lessons, and don't for a minute think I'm a great singer, but I do it from the bottom of my heart because I love what I do for you all. And I do this with passion and absolute joy. So I want you to join in with this lovely, lovely, lovely end of show song. We're going to sing it every single week. Ah, Gwyn! We love this song, don't we, Gwyn? Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn, let's go. I want to go too. I want to go too. Me, 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 me. Are you ready? And this is when we're all going to sing and we're going to sway together. Yeah, you're ready. Get swaying, everybody, from side to side. Let's get ready. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. It's the end of the show. Oh, where did the time go? There's so much more to say. We'll be back very soon, but now it's time for the moon to light the Milky Way. Everybody, get your Marvin and get ready to wave to Marvin. So, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. So wave goodbye to Marvin. He's been our hero. He's been so charming. It's been fun to learn and play. And we'll see you, Marvin, on another day. We'll see you, Marvin, on another sunny day. Hip, hip, all together, everybody. Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! And again. Hip, hip, hooray! Are you ready for our final rainbow spin? Boom, 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 boom. And a go, 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 go. And a boom, 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 boom. And a go, 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 itchy, go. And a go, and a boom. And a go, 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 itchy, go. Count me down, boys and girls. 3. A whoopity-doo of a 3. Whoop. And a whoopity-doo of a 2. And a whoopity-doo of a wonderful whoopity-doo 1. Ready, steady, go! Wee, 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 wee. Yeah, wee, wee, wee. Wee, 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 wee. Whoopity-doo, my name's Bean. A Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. My name is Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. A Gwyn, a Gwyn, a Gwyn, 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 Gwynny, Gwyn, Gwyn. Boys and girls, mums and dads, grandparents, carers, aunts, aunties and uncles. See you all next week for the Midwest Sparkly Box of Stories Storytime Show. Number 1 next week. See you. Goodbye.